up, guys? It is your girl Jess back with another video, and let's just take a moment to appreciate that I have been giving you guys videos almost every day of this week. Like, that's crazy. And I really don't know, like, this fall semester is coming up and I don't know how much videos I will be able to push out to you guys in a week. I'll try to make sure I have like one every week at least, because you know, school is just stress, just nothing but stress, but it'll all be worth it in the long run. I just want it to be over with. But anyways, if you are new to my channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and join the lit side, okay? And if you're already subscribed, thank you so much. I love you guys. Today's video is for all of you graduating seniors, and I don't know if you guys are still graduating. I think everyone in my area has graduated, but if not, good luck. That'll be like the happiest, best day of your life. You guys will do something great with your life, hopefully. I know you guys will. You guys are awesome. But yeah, this is just reminding you guys of what you will not miss from high school, what you are happy to be relieved from and let go of, because oh, high school is so freaking annoying. And I know a lot of people are just like, oh my gosh, if I could, I'd go back and relive it all. No, the fuck I would not, okay? I hated everyone in high school. I barely wanted to be there, but I got my shit done. So anyways, let's get into this video. So, one thing you will not miss are the teachers. Oh my gosh. I hated the teachers that were like hypocrites and so strict for no reason. I remember like those teachers who were such hypocrites, who are just like, don't talk on the phone and don't eat in my class. And then you see them, you look up and you look at them at their desk, they sit here texting. All they do is text in class and have you read slides and shit. It's like, I can't text in your class and all you do is sit here and text. Like, what are you doing, lady? And then they tell you not to eat, but they sit here eating whole wings and rice and beans and all this extra stuff. It's like, well damn, why I can't eat? You sitting here having a whole full course meal. Like, that makes no sense. Yeah, and then those teachers who always had a problem with you, those teachers who knew you just did not like their class, so they were targeting you all the time. I had one teacher who thought I never paid attention, but she knew I didn't like her class, but I was listening. And even if I didn't know like the answer, like I'd ask my friend. So then when she calls on me, I say the answer, and then she'd be like, you need to pay attention in class. It don't matter, I gave you the right answer, so leave me alone. Yeah, aside from that, also the freaking administrators. Those administrators that are just so annoying. Like, oh my gosh, there's so many different types. You have the one that like tries to show that, yeah, I have authority around here. Like, they just do that. I had one administrator, he was always just giving people detention. They were always looking for dress code and stuff, and I'm just like, y'all are so extra. And then like they always target me. I don't know how I stuck out like a sore thumb. Like, I was always getting in trouble for dress code. It's not like I would wear like shirts like this, just like this or nothing. I did wear shorts a lot, but they weren't like short shorts. And because I'm tall and you telling me like arm length, like my arms are really long, so that's not fair to me. And because I'm tall, of course I'm gonna look like I'm out of dress code wearing shorts. Like, that used to make me so mad. I used to dodge dress code so hard. I used to have like a bag of pants. I used to have an extra pair of pants in my bag. So then when they'd be like, go to dress code, go to wherever to get like a detention for dress code or whatever, I'd go to the bathroom, change, and come back. And they'd be like, I don't see why they gave you dress code. I'd be like, I don't know either. Your girl dodged dress code a lot. But yeah, that's one thing. I couldn't stand those administrators. Next, to your classmates, these annoying kids in your class. Like, one, the person that would never let you cheat. Like, oh my gosh. I know a lot of people had trouble with that, but because I'm such a nice person and I was really cool with people like that, like, people would let me cheat, even though cheating is not a good thing. Okay, but a class that cheats together graduates together. I'm just kidding. But some of y'all just be failing. I remember I had this AP English class, and my period, when we had tests, there was one person in each section who had like either flashcards with the stuff that we needed, or like picture screenshots of the stuff that we needed, and then they'll like tell the person next to them, and then it just spread around the class. Now our class was smart enough to get certain ones wrong so it don't look so suspect that we all got 100 or whatever. We had certain ones wrong, so we got away with it. But my friend had the same class next period, and her whole class like got hundreds on their test and got their entire test right, had the same exact answers and everything. So the teacher failed all of them on that test, like made them all get an F on that test, because it's like, y'all so stupid, like why y'all copying everything? She's gonna know, like that makes no sense. So they got in trouble for cheating, and then when the teacher told us about it, we were like, what? That's crazy, because we were like her favorite period class, but we cheated on like almost every test. We were like, they are so irresponsible, they're crazy. And it was an AP class. That shows how much like kids cheat in high school, like rolls, screenshots of freaking paperwork was always on my phone. It's hilarious. But yeah, and then not only that, you have those boys and girls who were so popular and knew everybody, they just thought they were hot shit. You couldn't tell them nothing. They knew they were fly because they always had people piping them up and boosting their heads up just because they knew everybody, and they looked down on other people like, who are you? Who are you to me? Like, you're so, nobody knows you. Like, those people, I couldn't stand them because it was just like, just because you know everybody doesn't mean anything. And then not only that, what are these people gonna do for you? They don't actually like care about you. They just care because you know everybody knows you, so they have to fake like you because everybody else likes you. Me, I wasn't that type of person. If I didn't like you, I didn't like you. Straight up. And like, because these people were so popular, they thought they could get away and do whatever they wanted, and I hated that. And like, they were just so freaking annoying. Like, they were just smelling themselves and knew like they were the top of the class, all that. I'll just be like, shut up. And now next is the people who always talk in class. Like, oh my gosh, like I was one of those people, but when it comes to the teacher saying something important and teaches us some shit that's going to be on a test, I quiet my ass down and take notes. But no, you had those people who were always freaking whispering and talking all loud. Like, it's so annoying. They're just like an annoying gnat in your ear while you're trying to hear the teacher. You just hear every fucking thing that they're saying. It's so aggravating. You try to block them out and all, but it's like the more you block them out, the louder and louder they get, so you can't. Irritating. I remember when we were taking the SAT, when I was taking the SAT for the second time, which I really didn't need to. I had a good enough score. Not to my horn, but anyways, yeah, these girls were in the back of the class and they were so freaking loud. The teacher's sitting here like giving the instructions on the test and telling everybody they need to quiet down, and they're still getting louder and louder. And then me and this girl just had enough, and we both turned around and was like, shh. And they were looking like they were all offended, and it was like, no, bitch, shut the fuck up. You need this to get into college. I don't know if y'all trying to get in, but I am, and y'all need to shut up. Like, God, you can talk about Johnny who cheated on you another time during break. Like, shut your ass up. So irritating. But yeah. Next is the people who always sleep in class and are always skipping. Now, let me tell you, I used to envy the people who always slept in class because I always went to sleep. And I used to be the person who like skipped every now and then when it went towards the end of the year, I skipped a lot. That's not a good thing, but like sometimes I just didn't want to be in class, you know? I just wanted to chill. Not saying that that's a good thing. Don't follow my example, guys. But yeah, one kid that I had in my biology class, I think he had narcolepsy. I think so. At least I hope so. I think the teacher said he did, or maybe she was joking. But he was always asleep in class, no matter what. He was always asleep in class, always had his head down. I'd never seen him awake in that class. I don't remember seeing him awake in that class. But yet, every time we had a test, every time we had like quizzes, he always had an A. I was like, I didn't even see this guy wake up to even take the test. How he got an A? I used to be so mad and jealous, and I'm like, I can't even cheat off him or ask him how he did it, because like he always sleep. I can't even talk to him. And like one time we had a I don't know, the practice lockdown or whatever procedure. You know how you always had the whole class at the corner in one section of the class? And me and my friend were back there, and she was like, what the heck, what the heck, what is going on? Why are we all in this corner? And then this one kid had their phone and like lit the class up, and then my friend looks behind her, she sees the kid that's always asleep like this. And it looked like a horror movie scene. It was so hilarious. The first thing I did though, I didn't get scared. I bust out laughing because it was so funny. He looked so creeped behind her, just like and she was so scared. I thought it was so funny. It was hilarious. But aside from that, now the people who are always skipping, these are the kids who have F's in every class, who's failing every class, who has no point of being on freaking campus because they do nothing but skip and fail classes. And they just, you see them in the hallway every day. You see them going into, hiding out in bathrooms every day. And it's just like, kid, why are you even here? If you don't want to go to school, you don't want to be in school, don't come. If you want to just be here to hang out with your friends, just, you know, meet up with them outside of school. Like, why are you in school if you're not even gonna fucking attempt to try? But yeah, those people were just stupid. They didn't get on my nerves though. Now, last but not least is the one who's always causing problems, like in the class and disrupting class by being loud, rude, and obnoxious. Like, I had senior year in math class, I had this one girl, no matter what teacher we had, we constantly had substitutes switching around for that class because it was that horrible, and it was a math class. Every freaking substitute or teacher we had, she was always getting into arguments with them, and it was because it was all her fault. If you see that you constantly get into arguments and having to yell and scream at teachers, maybe it's you and not the teachers, okay? Because I used to be so fucking annoyed with this bitch. Because I'm just trying to learn, and you just sitting here causing problems for no reason. Like, for example, like, I guess one time our teacher was like Jamaican, and he was showing us an easier way to do it the way they do it in Jamaica. And he was like, I feel like it's more simpler and more easier this method of doing it. And it was for me, but I don't know for her. And she said, well, why are you calling our way stupid? Your way's stupid too. I was like, oh my gosh, like, that's not what he said. And he was like, I'm not calling it stupid, I'm just saying it's simpler and most kids find it easier to do than this way. And she was like, well, your way's stupid. I think Jamaica's stupid. You stupid. Stupid behind Jamaica. Gosh, this man trying to tell us that we stupid and blah, blah, blah. I was like, oh my gosh, girl, shut the hell up. Like, just let him teach the lesson. Like, this is going to be on the test. Nobody gives a fuck how you feel. Like, shut up. And she'd always cause a problem, and she was always arguing with teachers. And when teachers called her rude, oh, don't call her rude. She's just going to get louder and more annoying. And everybody used to be looking at her like, oh, here she go again, causing problems. Like, oh my god, shut the fuck up. And she just kept going on. She didn't care what nobody thought. She was like, I don't care if they bad. I don't care if they mad. These teachers over here being rude to me, blah, blah, blah. Nobody's being rude to you. And if you that fucking offended, excuse your ass from the class so the rest of us can learn. Like, goddamn. Anyways, these are some of the people that you guys will not miss going out of high school. I mean, if you guys are going to college, good luck to you guys, you new college freshmen. And if you are not, it's okay. I low-key envy you. I can't with college. It's getting on my nerves. It gives me headaches and migraines. But anyways, like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you guys sometime this week. Stay positive, my loves. Peace out.
Won't be nothing. Now they always say congratulations. Work so hard, forgot how to vacation.